lost, and they took the win in their last game against the Hornets down in New Orleans. It was a close call. They pulled it out with the win and just 2 points at that, but it wasn't easy.
And that was such an entertaining game, guys. It would have been even without overtime, but that just made it more special.
Yeah, and once they were able to get it into overtime, they showed some real mental toughness and fortitude in closing it out.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup presented by State Farm. Maravich is out there with Tristan Thompson. Then it's Ricky Rubio. Then it's Walt. And it's red hot in at the 5. And for the Celtics, they've got Terry. Bynum is out there with Mark Gasol. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Smooth in at the 3 slot. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Walker against Rubio. Now the feed to Thompson. Stolen by Walker. Terry outside. Back to Walker. Shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
Yeah, these were two of the top teams in the conference a year ago. And I'll tell you what, this club was really at their best in those games. The season series really belonged to them. Great job taking right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Well, the season numbers for this club really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
You just can't overstate how important those matchups between the top conference teams are.
Well, there's always a lot at stake there, but you want to get that good seed in the spring. Both these teams know every game is going to be about.
These players think about that.
Oh, yes.
They know about the seeding.
They sure do. They've got it in their mind.
Shoots from the elbow. Johnson with the rebound. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Raptors.
And no question, the three-point shot was the difference in that game, fellas. Their percentage from downtown was outstanding.
Yeah, I know that's something you can appreciate, and it makes you smile, doesn't it, Steve? It's one of the better team performances you're going to see from beyond the arc.
Well, that's my game card. You know that.
Here's Terry. Walker. Here's Bynum. Kings it straight down.
Major glass eating that time, fellas.
That's just the kind of aggressive basketball he's known for.
Yeah, it seems like we see that play from him almost every night. An offensive board that ends with a slam.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Tom Thibodeau.
He'll be facing one of the towering post presences of the game, and Andrew Bynum. The coach said, you know, he's getting so much more aggressive looking for his shot inside. He can finish right over the top of you. As with any big guy like him, it starts with getting a low base and trying to keep him out as far as you can. Then offensively, you've got to be ready to drop it off when he rotates to block the shot. Guys will see if they can make the right adjustments.
Thank you, Doris.
Well, there's never been any question about the potential of Andrew Bynum. He's got great skills down on the block, to block shots at the defensive end of the floor. The question mark really is his health. He's had to battle knee injuries throughout his career.
Now here's Walker, following the shot by Tristan Thompson. Back to Walker. Here's Smooth, 6 to shoot. Inside, here's Terry, and good on the basket. Look at Terry's got his first 2 points of the night. Going back to Bynum, even playing part less than full strength, he can really impact the game.
Yeah, an effective shot blocker and post defender, Kevin, with excellent touch inside. His size helps him be a huge factor at both ends.
And that is good.
You know, down there in the low post is where you really want to create a lot of your offense.
Now here's Walker. He had 22 points in the win against New Orleans. Bynum sets a screen for Walker. Right side, Terry. There's the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Thompson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Walton, the pass to Maravich.
You know, throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics have been such a constant presence in the postseason that it's hard to imagine the playoffs without seeing the green. Every year the players change, but the Celtics mystique is always in it, and that team is always hanging around.
Maravich hits them both. And here's Walker. Right now averaging 17 points a game. On the wing, Jason Terry. Gives him the lead pass. Maravich with the steal. And here we go. The Bulls fast break to the middle. Here's Red Hot. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. It's really the mark of a great franchise. Boston expects great things from the Celtics each year, and more often than not, Steve, they deliver.
Yeah, you don't get all those banners that they have in that building without executing in the postseason. That's what this Celtic team has done the last few years. They play together, they played hard, they defend, and they're at their best when their best is needed.
Celtics trailed by 5. Here's Smooth. Back to Walker. Nice ball movement by Boston. Gasol kicks to Terry. Shot to stop the run. Good on the shot. Terry's got his second basket of the night.
That's a defensive let-up right there. I mean, they've got to close down on him quicker when he's in three-point range.
Back to Rubio. Out to Maravich. Launches a 3. That's good. Maravich is got 5 now.
Well, it didn't take long to get those 3 points back.
Nope, an immediate answer right there. Right back at
you. Walker with it. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Here's Bynum. Kept alive. Here's Smooth. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
Well, you're not going to get a more high-quality look than that. Terrific offensive rebound there.
Rubio dishes to Maravich. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists now in this one. Walker against Rubio. Walker the best to Gasol. Chicago grabs a miss. Maravich kicks to Thompson. Walker. He dishes it to Maravich. There's the pass to Thompson. Out to Maravich. Shot, high post. It's Chicago with another win.
Well, what I love about Tom Thibodeau, guys, is just how hard his teams play. And you know they're prepared because Thibodeau is so meticulous in his preparation. But the guys play hard for him, and you can tell they really enjoy him and they really like him because they really get after it for him.
Watching the line there, that'll be a backcourt violation.
Well, we have a moment now to check out the story on Marc Gasol. Over and over since the break, he's proven why he's always on the watch. Kept them. Box. And he's been a terrific rebounder as well in the top 10 in that category per game.
And Steve, you said it. I mean, he ranks in the top 5 in blocks per game, and that puts him in his rightful place as one of the most feared defenders in the league right now.
Brandon Bass is checked in for the Celtics. Green comes in for Kemba Walker. The Bulls making a switch here. Better world peace. He's checked in for Red Hot. Hamilton comes in for Maravich. Jeff Teague, he's checked in for Walt. And Colin subbing for Ricky Rubio. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been training everything they put up this month. The Bulls in second.
They've been playing so smart lately. Just the way they move the ball and they share it, they're always finding good looks.
And for Coach Tom Thibodeau, Steve, it took a long time to land a head coaching position. Some say his intense style scared off some teams. They're worried about his gruff demeanor. I think just the opposite. I think that, a lot of teams were welcoming him. He was going to bring some order, some discipline, some structure.
Well, he just didn't have the personality that some teams are looking for in terms of, media relationships or, sound bites, that kind of stuff. And he didn't play. So he was really a guy who had to work his way up the ladder. Obviously has turned into one of the best coaches in the league. But it's tougher for guys who didn't come from an NBA background.
Rebound by Meta World Peace.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Nice shot by Hamilton.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
The Bulls leading by 11. Gasol with the steal. Right side, Green. You know what? Good defensive work there by Young.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Here's Gasol. Here's Bass. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line. And to shoot two.
One thing you know about Bass is that he's going to knock some people around underneath. He's very strong. He's not real tall for a front court man, but he's strong and he's skilled as well. He'll knock down shots, but he loves getting on the offensive glass.
Oh, yeah, he'll make guys who have 4 or 5 inches on him look like a crash test. I mean, the way he throws him around. Bass is a big guy. He has no problem letting you know it. And you know what? His outside shot loosens up everything inside, spacing the floor beautifully for the Boston Celtics. Here's Walker. The Bulls getting the bucket. It's Terry outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker.
He may single-handedly bring his team back, guys. What a fantastic quarter he's had.
World peace. It's rebounded by Bass. Bass has got the rebound so far in the game. And stolen by Jeff Teague.
Hammer time. Wow. Hammer time. And not much resistance on that jam.
Yeah, defensively, you're right. Not a great sequence.
Well, they lost track of him, and they paid the price.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Sprite. Good stuff. Austin with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Walker. Looking for his first bucket of the game. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Bass. The Celtics need to get a shot off. It's Terry outside. And it's Terry again missing. The Bulls leading by 11.
I think Jason Terry, guys, is one of the best 6 men in the league. He provides that instant offense off the bench, sweet shooting stroke, and shoot it from deep. And if you look at him, he loves to go right. That's the sweet spot. One dribble right, pull up, he's automatic.
Now here's Bass after Jared Sullinger's miss. And finished off by Bass.
The dunk was great, but I didn't care for that interior defense there, guys. It was non-existent.
You're right, Clark. It was way too easy. I don't think the coach liked it either. Look at it. I remember when Jason Terry started out with the Atlanta Hawks, the star player, putting up great numbers, but not a lot of wins.
And that, to me, a lot of times, Kevin, is a function of the environment you're in and the other players. This is not tennis or track and field or golf. You need other good players around you to win in the NBA. And where Dallas has that and have been perennial contenders, Terry has found a way to make major contributions. So I think he learned from his experience in Atlanta that you don't take being on a winning team for granted.
Now, here's Rubio. Pete Maravich misses his last shot. Walton dishes to Rubio. And the shot is good. Rubio's got 6 points.
They built a big lead here early, both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
Fires from 18. And it's Terry again.
Shots just haven't fallen for him.
Maravich, the pass to Walton. Blocked. 1:51 left here in the first quarter. Here's Smooth. Chicago grabs the miss. Now, world peace. Bulls moving the ball around. No good. Dishes it to Terry. Fires from 18. And it's Terry again missing.
I don't like his body language, guys, right now. He looks like he's completely out of rhythm.
Rubio misses. The Celtics shooting well off their usual numbers, around 29% so far. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Smooth's got his second bucket of the night.
Shot like a layup for him when the defense backs off like that.
Marc Gasol's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Smooth. And the Bulls making a change. Also, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Red Hot. And world peace kicks Rubio. Thompson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Well, not the best statistic for him. I mean, his performance at the line, of course, very low numbers.
Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you can speak to this, is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
And how about the season Marc Gasol had a year ago, guys? He was terrific, made the All-Star team, excellent passer at the high post, but strong, can really go down on the block and shoot that jump hook as well.
Keon Doolin, he's checked in for the Celtics. Now here's Walker. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. It's a floater. Shot is off.
Excellent, really solid job.
Walton dishes to Rubio. Walton, the pass to Thompson. Straight up, and he makes good on the layup. Thompson's got 5. And the Gasol, 4 years younger than his 4-time All-Star brother, Pau Gasol. You know, he's entering his prime. And now he's on pretty equal footing, I think, Clark, with his older brother.
Well, you know, he was the 48th pick back in 2007, and that's pretty strong company to be mentioned in with his brother Pau. So he's different. A bigger center. He's 7'1", 265, a little heavier, and seems to be more comfortable playing with his back to the basket.
Turn around, Jay gets it to go. Gasol's got his first points of the night.
The turnaround jumper, that was a thing of beauty.
Back to Maravich. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And the Bulls lead by 16. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. It's the Bulls up by 16. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
Next Sunday, LeBron James and the Miami Heat go up against the Indiana Pacers. It's an Eastern Conference duel. Big-time hoops coming your way.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Chicago right now, Ricky Rubio is out there with Walton. Then there's Maravich. Then there's Tristan Thompson. And it's world peace at the power forwards position. And Walker kicks to Green. Right side Green. And the wing jumper offline.
It might not be the biggest margin, but don't take what they've done on the boards for granted. I mean, it's been a strong area for them in this game.
Clark, it all adds up. You do a little bit better job here, a little better job there, and you look up, it's a big difference on the scoreboard.
Outside, Walker. Pocket 6. Passes it to Terry. Back loose. It's over Rubio. Shot by Terry, no good. The Bulls leading by 18. Walton dishes to Maravich. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Now we've got a moment to see how the Bulls are doing rank-wise in the NBA. First in steal, second in scoring. And they're number 2 in assists. This is a team that loves to share the basketball.
Yeah, Clark, this is a team that scares us because of that steals number that you talked about. They're so good at anticipating plays. They seem to have a good scheme defensively night in and night out. They know their roles. They make their rotations. They read the passing lanes, and they frequently get out there, make steals, and then get out in their transition game.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Enes Kanter. Anderson comes in for Brandon Bass. And Smooth subbed in for Jason Terry. Here's Smooth. Knocks it loose. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. If you're wondering who's been the best among the men in the middle, look no further. Here are the leaders in rebounding for the second half of the season. Andrew Bynum is second.
The end of the season is getting closer, and here the guy who's making the most of every game. He can sense that finish line. Boy, he's an absolute terror. Ruthless on the glass, gobbling up those rebounds.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
His free throw percentage hovering around that 70% mark, guys.
And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season.
It's up going with the new group. Down low, here's Collins. Rebound, Boston. Bynum's got 5 rebounds tonight. Celtics trail by 16.
Defensive foul. That's his first personal foul, second team foul.
Walker against Collins. Here's Smooth. Shot is blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Only 3 games left until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the East will look. Taking a look at Boston. And, of course, there's the Bulls. 3 spots below.
Looking at Boston, they've been about what we expected so far. Not dominant, kind of middle of the road, but certainly a team that you can't overlook.
Well, they're in that middle ground, so the question remains, how do they take that next step?
And Green gets it to go.
That's a gut punch right there, Clark. Cough up the ball at one end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Yeah, that really hurts. That's painful.
Collins passes to Teague. He feeds it to Hamilton. Now Young inside. Gets the bucket.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. They don't offer resistance. Take everything you can get in there.
Here's Smooth. It's blocked. Young outside. T. Puts the lead pass in front of him. The rebound by Anderson.
That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Hit his pocket. Collins kicks to T. Dunked hard with one hand.
Put that paw up there and banged it home.
Yeah,
Man, that was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
Right.
that was strong.
Simple, direct, and effective.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one. Now a timeout called by Boston.
You look at Jeff Teague out of Wake Forest, guys, and he's really an athletic point guard, well put together, a young man with speed to burn. If I had to come up with a phrase for him, it would be speed merchant. He can fly.
Looking at it out there now for the Celtics. Marcus Gasol is checked in for Anderson, and it's dueling in for Kemba Walker. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Boston Celtics. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
Some good matchups. And that Dallas Mavericks game, definitely one to be checking out.
Raise her, mama.
No good on the free throw.
And Jeff Teague, a slashing point guard, but he's developed his outside shot enough to keep defenses honest, and that allows him to unleash that speed and athleticism.
The Celtics making a switch here. Lights checked in.
Well, Rip Hamilton, 6'7", south of 200 pounds, and he was built to run. A true greyhound, always in terrific shape, a nightmare to defend.
And smart.
Very.
Back to T. He passes to Hamilton. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Young. Pass to Hamilton. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Dooling. Wright with it. And Young picks him up defensively. Teague against Green. Feeds it to Dooling. Wright over Young. And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Dooling. Steve, going back to Hamilton just a second. Pretty unique game as Clark was outlining. He loves to run, go around screens, always in perpetual motion. Hits that. Mid-range jump shot, very tough to defend.
Yeah, that's old school stuff that Hamilton does, working without the ball. So many players these days need the ball in their hands to be effective. Hamilton prefers to be off the ball, where he can use that running ability to get himself open. And then he's got that.
Ammonia strong finish right there, partner. You hear me? That was ammonia strong.
Yeah, ripped it down with 2 hands.
That's about as high percentage as you can get.
The dish to Green. He kicks to Gasol. Open look. They grab their own miss. Walker dishes to Green. That falls. Nice feed that time. From Walker. Walker's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Bulls leading by 16.
You look at Doc Rivers, head coach of the Celtics, 6'4", strong point guard in his playing days. Drafted out of Marquette as the first pick in the second round by the Atlanta Hawks. And still holds the franchise record for assists.
Not able to find her in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here is Maravich. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
And it's good.
And, getting back to the playing career of Doc Rivers, guys. 13 seasons, an all-star in 1988. Never won a title, but of course he remedied that coaching the Celtics in the championship back in 2008.
Teague, the pass to Rubio. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. 8-point cheer for Ricky Rubio. Walker against Rubio. Outside, Walker. Back to Gasol. Outside, Green. There's the feed to Bynum. Just 5 to shoot, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Green. And it's Bynum with the jam.
The one-handed flush, very nice.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there.
Just punched it home.
And Rubio kicks to Thompson. World peace. And the pass to Thompson.
Hey, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
And Walker gets to Gasol. And that one's good. The Bulls leading by 14. He dishes it to Rubio. Kicks it to World Peace. Back to Rubio. With the lead pass. And World Peace with the basket on the assist by Rubio. World Peace is... Got 4 points in the quarter.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And stretching back to the break, here's how the Celtics have performed. First in block, second in rebounding, and they're in the top half of the league in shooting from deep as well. This is a strong for this team, knocking down those shots from behind the arc.
And to me, what jumps out is the blocks, because they're an intimidating team. They really control the paint. They like to physically dominate their opponent. And when they do that and they get a lot of blocked shots, obviously it gives their defense a ton of confidence.
Smooth checked in for the Celtics. A fader. Can't hit. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
He's really struggling in this quarter right now. They need to think about getting the ball out of his hand.
That's good. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
No question, they're trying to pound the ball inside. That's 5 straight hoops inside.
And if the D won't stop it, keep at it. I mean, those are the kind of looks you want all day long.
Sullinger, defended by Young. Sullinger with the bucket.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
Walton dishes to Thompson. Back to Walton. The teardrop falls in. He's got 6.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Outside Terry. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
They'll be at home for the next game against the Bobcats. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Well, you know, that Charlotte game has a lot of attention on it, guys.
Here's Smooth. There's the screen. Terry outside. From the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Perovich has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Walton gets the bucket. Walton's got 4 this quarter.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside.
Again, Chicago.
Well, they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, the defense has to get better, Clark. They've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter.
The Bulls leading by 22. To the paint. It's tipped. Here's Thompson. Dishes to Rubio. Walton. Pass to Thompson. Here's Smooth. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Hornets in New Orleans.
And don't forget about the incredible rebounding night for him, too. I mean, just devouring the glass all game long.
Rubio. And that one's good. Rubio's got 10 points.
They've really made the best of their chances down the middle of the lane here.
Yeah, they haven't met much resistance down in the paint, so I think you've got to continue to pound the ball down.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Maravich the pass to Young. Clock is at 3. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Smooth. Can't get it to go. Good defensive work there by Young.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter. And that's an understatement.
Rubio, good look. No good. And the Celtics going the other way now. To the inside. Looking to get it going. Nice shot by Terry. Terry's got 12 points in the game.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
The Bulls leading by 20. And Rubio kicks to Walton.
Take a look at what Big Dog's been doing. He has 8 points and 4 assists. I think Kemba Walker's excellent balance and nimble feet set him apart. And some attribute that to his background in dance. He studied it extensively from a young age, even performed at the Apollo Theater as a kid on a number of occasions.
Did you say dance?
No, I did not.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Brandon Bass is checked in for Enes Kanter. Anderson comes in for Sullinger. Jarrell Wright's checked in for Smooth. And it's Dooling in for Kemba Walker. There's 31 seconds left now here in the second. Stolen. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Nicely done. They've really attacked effectively in transition.
There's no doubt about it, Steve. Their quickness has given them an advantage. I've liked the way they pushed the ball all game.
Terry dishes to Dooling. Walton against Terry. Over Walton. And it's Terry again missing.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
Here's World Peace. Good!
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, with a basket.
And, guys, he got it off just in time. Nice play.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Bulls out front, running away with it. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Thanks for being with us here on 2K Sports. Every day, the playoff picture is becoming more clear. The Pistons, that one gets started. And another game that's coming up, the Bucks will face off against the Warriors out in Oakland. A 7:30 Eastern tip time. And one game also on the docket. It'll be the Heat out at American Airlines Arena against the Suns. That one gets started at 8 Eastern. And that'll be our report. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope to see you next time.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the Pete Maravich having a dominant impact in this one.
Well, we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
They've got Andrew Bynum. Mark Gasol is out there with Smooth. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Terry in at the 2 guard. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games. And if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
Walker the pass to Terry. Lets it fly. Here's Bynum. A strong effort on the rebound. Next to second chance points. Bynum's got 12 points in the game.
And Kevin, keep an eye tonight on how many plays he keeps alive for his club. Just the way he works, the way he moves, the way he anticipates plays before they happen. Constantly looking to get an offensive board.
And one of the other things you'll notice about him is when he has the ball in the low post, he's in no rush. Many times he'll get a defender to bite on the fake, leave his feet, and then open up an easy scoring opportunity for himself.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
First one falls for him.
One of the great jump shooters in this league, Jason Eugene Terry, calls himself the Jet. Accurate off the pull-up, can shoot with range or pick you apart from the foul line area, and most effective going right. When he gets the ball one dribble to his right hand, he's as good as anybody in the league.
He hits both from the strike. And Terry, of course, a great scorer. His defense, on the other hand, probably a little bit below average.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age, and he's never been a stalwart defensively. It's a lot tougher as you get older to stay in front of people, but it's definitely his offense that gives him tremendous value. It was really hard to defend when you're trying to recover from turning the ball over.
Yeah, that's because you can't get back in transition, and the offense can just come down and get an easy look on. It's like they're finally starting to wake up here, guys, but they're going to have to continue this run to get back in it.
Yeah, they really hurt themselves early on, and you hope now it's not too little too late.
Gasol with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Terry's got the ball.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy, and Fonny just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
It's all in by the Bulls. Red Hawks got his 5th rebound in this one.
Have a nice lead here, and they've really controlled the glass for the majority of the game. Kudos to them for their strong effort on the backboard.
Yeah, and they're sending a message, too, Clark. They're really coming out and playing a very physical game here.
The shot's good from Bynum.
I think he's done his part to try to keep him in this game. It's been a solid effort from him, guys.
Here's Red Hot. Outside for world peace. Leads him in there. And out of bounds. As the Celtics gain possession. And now, here are the teams that have heated up offensively in the season's second half. The Bulls in second.
Kevin, the writing is on the wall, and it's time to get serious. This team has been putting up big numbers. Nothing can give a team focus like the realization at the end of the season is fast approaching.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And so Doc Rivers has had enough. Timeout.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So Well, that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
It's been quite a game for Pete Maravich.
He's definitely rolling offensively. You might not be able to stop him, but you've got to find a way to contain him.
Well, we've got a moment now. Let's take a look at some of the numbers for Andrew Bynum. 6th in rebounding, 16th in blocks, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, he's done a nice job of creating good looks for himself.
And Steve, I think where he's ranked on the rebounding list tells you a lot about his game right now. I mean, he's a smash mouth glass eater.
Gets it to go. 16 points for Jason Terry.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
They're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intensity.
He feeds it to Maravich. Deflects the pass. Bynum with the steal. Shot by Terry, no good. The Bulls leading by 13. And Walton kicks to Thompson. Maravich. Pass to Thompson. Out to Maravich. To end the drought. It's blocked. The Bulls have had 12 attempts at the line, making 8 so far.
And Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
The first free throw is good. So we get them both. Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Feeds to Bynum. Tipped. Walton with the steal. Oh, here we go. Rubio's got another fast break chance. Dumps it down.
I like the awareness they had there. Guys were headed out on the break the instant the steal was made.
And they got the easy bucket because of it.
Now here's Walker. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Walker gets a screen from Gasol. Terry dishes to Bynum. Working on Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Bynum, no good. The Bulls leading by 17. And it's Walton missing. Walker against Walton. Outside, Walker. Gasol. Over Young. Here's Smooth. And he lays it straight in. Smooth's got 12 points in the game.
And that's why you love this guy. I mean, tremendous work on the offensive boards. He just gets you second chance points.
And Rubio kicks to Young. Takes the lead pass. He goes up. And Maravich gets it to go on the assist from Thaddeus Young. Maravich has got 4 points now in the quarter. On offense, here are the Celtics. They're on a 16-6 run. And here's Walker. Terry outside. And the 3 off target.
Well, eventually he'll start knocking those down. Again, he did make 2 in the first half.
Walton, the pass to Rubio. The dish to Thompson. Over Bynum. Hits it from about 6 feet away. And it's 8 points here for Thaddeus Young.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Here's Smooth. Lets it go from deep. Ball. See that time from Walker. Walker's got his assist totals piling up. 11 now for him. The Bulls leading by 16. Stolen by Terry. He passes it to Walker. Takes the 3. Gets it to go. Walker's got his second bucket tonight.
Now they're finally making some inroads here by knocking down shots from the perimeter.
And on defense, you start to get a little nervous now when shot making is going as well as it has for them. I mean, it's like a stampede, an avalanche. And you definitely not only hear them coming, you feel it.
Thompson. Another one falls for Chicago.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
Bynum with a screen on Rubio. Bynum sets a screen for Walker. Jumper off the screen, and it's Boston with another.
You gotta love what he's doing out there, guys. With his team down, he's personally trying to bring them back.
Young dishes to Walton. Bynum with the steal. Walton with the steal. And they're on the break. And Rubio kicks to Maravich. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 8th assist in the game. Walker with it. He has 5. Here's Smooth. Outside Gasol. Here's Smooth. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
Man, he makes a lot of tremendous plays at that end of the court. We see it from him every game.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Looking at who's out there now for the Celtics. Brandon Bass is checked in for Bynum. Anderson comes in for Marc Gasol. Green is checked in for Jason Terry. And it's dueling in for Kemba Walker. Here's World Peace. And again, Chicago. No good. Ooh, they better hustle. Celtics trailed by 13. Here's Smooth. Here's the 3. It's rebounded by T.
So that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
Out dueling. He kicks it to Green. With the fadeaway. The kick out to Anderson. Drills the three-pointer.
And the foundation of his game is really his great shooting and rebounding ability. He's a guy who has a soft touch for a big man. Really fun to watch.
Yeah, for a guy who spends a lot of time out beyond the arc, he does a surprisingly good job in the offensive glass. Another reason he's able to score at a high level.
This is not what they wanted to let happen. They're just getting pounded inside.
Yeah, they are, Steve. I mean, they're just not making life difficult at all for scorers in the paint. I mean, that's an area that you've got to protect with force and aggressiveness, and we haven't seen it.
Gets the bucket. Red Hot's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, the offensive efficiency has been really important. I think that's been the difference.
Well, I think it's pretty simplistic, but it does oftentimes come down to this, making shots, and that's what they've done. Well, they've done a lot of their damage from mid-range here, guys. I mean, knocking down those shots with regularity.
Yeah, how about 8 of their last 10 points, guys, coming off that mid-range area jump shot. So shows you don't have to be at the rim to score. He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
And there's the feed to Green. Rebound by Meta World Peace. World Peace has got his 7th rebound here tonight. No good from Maravich.
Now, remember, he did make a three-pointer in the first half, so we'll see if he can find the range here in the second.
The pass to Anderson. Here's Smooth. Lets it fly from 18. Shot is good that time. Smooth's got 17 now, just in the second half. The Bulls leading by 10. Back to T. Hamilton up top. Outside, Maravich. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's blocked. And pushing it up. Here's Boston. Here's Bass. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And for the Bulls, they're shooting 65%. An outstanding offensive display from them. Here's Maravich. Finds net with the inside leaner. Maravich has got 24 points.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
Bass passes to Green. He dishes it to Anderson. Puts up a three, and that one's good. Anderson's got 6.
And the damage they're doing from three-point range here in the second half is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're always a threat to spray home some threes now, but not like this.
Maravich dishes to T. The shot's good on the assist by Maravich. And it's 8 points for T.
Well, a nice little trend developing here, fellas. I mean, that's 8 of their last 10 from inside the paint.
Now, they're getting high percentage looks down there. Their offense is really clicking. I don't see why they wouldn't just continue to pound the ball inside.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Guys, he's been... been a go-to guy for him. I mean, and the pressure's going to continue to build on him the longer.
Call the shot. Yes, this is Keith Walton. I was just going to see if my sign was done yet. Yes. Okay, I'll be getting right up there in like 5 minutes.
And how much was it?
How much was it? Yes. $199. They weren't scripted.
So it was just the pads?
It came out pretty quick. It wasn't that yeah. And you get the order too.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yep, thank you. So you can message Michelle.
Yeah.
They're in this hole.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
You know, he's been one of those players they've wanted on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Sellinger's checked in for Bass. Wright comes in for Smooth.
I can always just go up there.
And it's Kemba Walker in for Keon Yule. And that one's good, Henry.
Right now, they're just pillow-like inside. Way too soft. Too many looks at and around the hoop.
Yep, totally agree, Clark. 10 of the last 12 points now that they